Welcome back to a Dire Dominion. As always, this is Zentor, and today we are on the Minecraft Dire Dominion server again. There's a few new things today that we need to go over. Mostly the Snapshot, which is 14W02C, which is a preview of Minecraft 1.8. And as always, after they haven't done a snapshot in a long time and they put out a new one, there's usually a lot of updates. So I'm going to go over those real quick, but before I do, everyone who plays on this server, the snapshot you can get by when you log into Minecraft, in the bottom left corner before you hit play is your username. Underneath that is, I believe, an edit button. You click that and make sure the check mark is next to allow experimental versions or snapshots. So you'll click save from there and then launch Minecraft, and it'll update you to the newest snapshot. From now on, I'm going to keep the server on the newest snapshots unless there is known bugs, but I'll make sure before I update them that there will be a backup in case something happens. So, on to new stuff. There are 3 new stone blocks in Minecraft. Now all of these have a natural version and a polished version, and each of the natural versions I believe are going to be found naturally. Actually, you can dig it up in the ground in certain pockets, but it'll have to be in new generation, which kind of sucks a little bit for us because we just did a lot of exploring. So we'll have to go further out to find these natural occurrences of these blocks. But they are diorite, granite, and andesite. And each of them have a polished version, which you can make by, let's just go over the first recipes. To make diorite, because you can make each of these, you would just, this is the crafting recipe, you'd get 2 nether quartz and 2 cobblestone in a square. To make the polished version, this is not correct. To make the polished version, you would put 4 diorite in a square like that, and it makes your polished diorite. Granite is a diorite and a nether quartz. The polished version is 4 granites in a square. And andesite is cobblestone and diorite. And the polished version, like the other ones, are 4 of them in a grid. I really particularly like the granite polished look and the andesite. I think andesite's probably my favorite. Believe it or not, I looked at other people's previews of these, and I really didn't think I liked the andesite as much as I like the granite. But looking at it now, I put these glowstone over it so you can get a good lighting effect because it's not very light in the nether hub. But I do like the andesite probably the best, and they go well with natural stone. I'll go ahead and show you. So you can really kind of mix and match them, especially with this beveled cut look on the edge of these polished ones. It really gives you a nice feature if you're building structures with these. And it goes well with gravel too. So this is what it would look like if you put stone next to each one of these. Yeah, like I said, I don't know that I'm a big fan of the diorite, but the granite and particularly the andesite look really good to me. It'd be nice to mix and match those maybe with some stone brick. And speaking of stone brick, there is an update for these guys as well. The long coveted chiseled stone brick is now available to everybody in natural survival Minecraft. It's just 2 stone bricks on top of each other, stone brick slabs, my apologies, on top of each other makes 1 chiseled stone brick, which I think is a really good update. A lot of people were upset about this because they thought that chiseled stone bricks should just be reserved for custom made maps or as kind of a treasured item, because you could still find them naturally in a couple places. But I kind of disagree. It's just stone in reality. You know, it's not like it's, you know, emerald or some kind of gem block. You know, this is just regular stone. You just want a nice polished look to your stone. Well, there you go. Now it's available to everyone. I think it's a good one. Also, you can make mossy stone brick now by just putting 1 vine next to 1 stone brick, and you get the mossy stone. So that it's actually a replenishable resource now instead of just finding it in your abandoned fortresses fortresses. And the most popular new block apparently is the slime block, which, as you can see, it's very translucent. You can see through it. It's a bouncy block, which is its most popular feature at the moment. And I thought it was kind of interesting. You can put redstone on top of these guys, so you can run wire all over them, even though they are translucent, semi-transparent block. So another interesting thing about them is when you walk across it, you move very slowly. In fact, I think it's even slower than your slow sand. So if you are falling from a great height onto them, hopefully I don't die here. Oop, yeah, as you can see, you keep bouncing and bounce for quite a while before you actually slow. So that will be fun. I think people will be using this as a building block as well. But just using it as sort of a trampoline is very cool. And as you can see, it's extremely breakable. I just barely punched it, and all I had in my hand was a ender pearl. To make it, you just put 9 slime balls in a grid, which is a great new use for slime balls since, I mean, obviously you can make sticky pistons with them, but there's not much else you can do with them. So that was interesting. And the next biggest change, which probably alters the game in general the most out of all the updates, is the updates to enchanting. You now need to use lapis in order to make a enchantment. And I'll go over there real quick and show you what that is looking like. Cut. And as I'm running across town, you can see that there is a lot of flowers around here. Scudsy and I went to the flower forest, kind of did a run, brought a ton of flowers back with us, and put them all over town. So we're making it colorful around here. We've got a school set up now. More of a joke, but Little Bro got this set up for us, so I think that was interesting. Ooh, it sounds like it's going to storm out here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go to my bookstore and show you about the new enchantments up here upstairs. Let me go grab some lapis first though. Alright, and we're back. We're going to check out the new enchanting. I haven't played with it myself, I've seen others, but we'll see. So now you can see there's 2 squares here instead of 1. This one has a little lapis icon, so you feed it a lapis and put yourself a tool or book in there. And now when you put your mouse over each of these possible enchanting, it will tell you what one of the enchantments is going to be. So as you can see, this top one is going to be Bane of Arthropods 1, which is 1 enchantment level, and the cost here is 1 enchantment level, 1 lapis. This one would be Respiration 1. It doesn't tell you what else there might be, because there could be multiple enchantments, but that would be one of them, potentially the main enchantment. So let me go ahead and switch this out. See, so Respiration 1, Sharpness 3, that would cost 28 levels, which I don't have that many on me. Let's see if you take it out and put it back in, if it changes your possibilities. No, I didn't think so. I know that if you put in a different tool, so for instance, if you were going to enchant this book and you really didn't want any of these, if you could afford all 3 of them, then you could pull this book out and put in a tool, which I don't have any on me right now. I guess I could make one real quick. I've got some iron on me. So no wood on me. Let me run downstairs. Alright, so let's make a couple tools here. Here's a shovel. Here's a pick. and we'll get a sword too. But basically, if you change out to a different item that you'd be enchanting, can't be the same one. So you can't pull out a sword and put it a different sword and have it change the enchantments. But you can pull out the sword and put in a book or a shovel, and it would change it up. So if I put this sword in here, it's going to tell you instead now I'll be getting Unbreaking 1 on one of them, Knockback 1, and Looting 3. And you can see they're all grayed out or dimmed, so you can't actually choose one of these because not only do you have to have the enchantments now, but you need a lapis piece. So Unbreaking 1, Knockback 1, or Looting 3. So if I pull out this sword though and I put in like this pickaxe, now I could get Unbreaking 1, Unbreaking 3, or Fortune 3. If I pull that out and put in a book, let's see if it does the same thing it was doing earlier. Yes, the same ones. So even though we were looking at this one a few minutes ago, it's still offering the same enchantments if you use a book again. So let's go ahead and do one of these. Let's say Bane of Arthropod's terrible. Let's not do a book. Let's do a shovel. Let's do Unbreaking 3. That sounds good. So I got Unbreaking 3, Fortune 1, which you didn't see the Fortune 1, but you could tell you're getting Unbreaking 3, which Unbreaking 3 is always good. I have 24 levels on me, so now that I've spent an enchantment, I believe it's going to mix it up. So if I put a book in there again, now it's offering different ones. Sharpness 1, Unbreaking 2, or Bane of Arthropods 3. So basically if you burn some enchantment levels, it's going to scramble this up again and you're going to get new choices. So we'll try it again here. The sword, Sharpness 2, or Sharpness 3, which I don't have enough levels for all of those, so I'll do this bottom tier one. And all I got was Sharpness 2. So sometimes all you're going to be getting is one enchantment, but you'll at least be able to tell what one of those will be. Another change that I have encountered is I don't think that it's intentional, but fire is spreading a little bit more than it was in prior versions, so be careful about that. I believe it's a glitch. I don't think that it's meant to spread that much, but just be weary of that. As far as updates on our server goes, I showed you last time that we had linked up the various parts of the world that we had discovered previously to the Nether Hub, but I'll go ahead and show you what we've done with that up to now. World hole. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, I put walls all the way around the Nether Hub, so you can now tell where each of the tunnels are going to be when you go to put yourself or set yourself up a tunnel. So a couple of these are already reserved for projects, like this is going to be going to the Blaze Grinder. This one over here is already used up. This is the Flower Forest, which Scudsy and I spent several hours making a tunnel on. Like I said, fire is spreading more than it should be, so some of this wood was taken out. Actually, a lot of this wood was taken out. But anyway, we set up that tunnel, so this will go out to the Flower Forest and a few other biomes. I believe, yeah, this was the one that is ridiculously long, people. This is probably going to take you 5 minutes to walk at least. In the opposite corner of the hub, like I showed you previously, is the desert biome. And we did set up a tunnel there as well. Like I said, we are in the top of the nether, so if you break some of these blocks, you're going to fall and probably die, so be careful. But yeah, this one is not nearly as long, but we did spend another couple hours building up this tunnel. So, folks, get some sand. We need that biome cleared out and leveled so that we can make a amusement park out there. So if you need sand, run out there and get you some. And also, we made a few discoveries in the last few days. We found the fortress, or a fortress, and Scudsy and I went out there and cleared it out a lot and lit it up, so we have access to the end world if we want. So you folks need to gear up and get ready for the battle for the end, because very soon here we're going to take on the dragon, so we can set up an end Ender Grinder out there. But that is this way. We haven't linked it up through the Nether yet, but we will be soon. And we discovered a mesa biome. I set up a track going out to it because it is a little bit lengthy, but it is to the southwest from spawn. And I will skip ahead so that you guys can see where that is. Alright, so here we go into the mesa. And I really wanted to set up a rail system so that I could send chest carts through the portal so that I could just run in there and grab them from the hub and bring them to wherever we're going. But it's been a long time since I've messed with minecarts, and actually I haven't really messed with them much since you were able to actually send entities through portals. And on top of that, they've changed the ability to make portals of different size, so I need to play with that some more to see if it's actually still possible. I'll probably do that in the next video. And if not, I'm just going to set up a dropper system on the other side of the portal so that any minecarts that are full of items that come through will run over those hoppers and fill up with that. So that will probably be coming up soon. One of the two ways, I'm going to be able to start getting massive amounts of clay into the overworld, or to our other parts of the world. So this is the mesa. This is actually a mesa plateau. As you can see, it's very high up there. But we're going to start tearing this down and getting some clay because it's getting rather boring at spawn with all the wood and stone. So I'm very, very excited to start incorporating different colored clay into our builds. So we'll be seeing that around the world coming up soon. Also, in some of the next videos, I've been looking at a couple possible locations for the Dwarven City project. So you will be seeing that in probably the next two videos getting started. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to go ahead and check our time, but I think this is going to be about it for today, folks. If it is, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be seeing you again next time.